Welcome, everybody. This is Highly Motivated, and I am Oraganji. Today's episode is pre-recorded. Pre-recorded because I'm trying to spend time and effort and energy with Angie, my lovely wife, an incredible mother. And today is Mother's Day. So we come to this show tonight pre-recorded with love, with energy, and in spoken word. In spoken word, because sometimes that's the only way that we can speak our full emotion. So on Mother's Day, I've prepared something special. And it begins with love your mother while she's still here. Not just on a holiday, not just with flowers wrapped in plastic and a last minute card that you got from Eckerd's, CVS, Walgreens, whatever. Love your mother with presence, with attention, with gratitude that feels alive. See, because mothers, real mothers, they give pieces of themselves. They give pieces of themselves away every single day. And somehow they still wake up asking what everybody else needs. They sacrifice sleep before they sacrifice their children's comfort. They carry stress in silence so their family can laugh a little easier, can sit and be a little easier. They put dreams on hold. They put pain on mute. Mothers put themselves last so often that eventually the world just starts expecting it, because they make our world a little bit easier. And somehow, they still love anyways. See, that's the part we don't talk about enough. We celebrate strength like it's loud. But mothers teach us that strength is often quiet. Strength is showing up exhausted. Strength is holding a family together when you feel like you're falling apart yourself. Strength is pretending everything's okay, just so your children can sleep peacefully through the night. And maybe that's why Mother's Day matters. Maybe that's why Mother's Day is so important. Not because society told us to post pictures online. Not because restaurants are packed and greeting cards exist and a reason to sell more flowers. But because human beings forget. We forget the everyday miracles standing right in front of us. We forget that somebody cooked for us when they didn't even have the energy to cook for themselves. That somebody stayed awake worrying about us while we slept comfortably without a clue. That somebody believed in us during seasons where we didn't even believe in ourselves. Mothers are memory keepers, energy holders, emotional architects of entire bloodlines. The wildest thing is most of them never ask for applause. Most of them never ask for appreciation. They just want to know you're okay. That you made it home safe, right? That you're eating well, you're taking care of yourself. That life hasn't hardened your heart too much. That's maybe it. So maybe Mother's Day, it's not complicated. It's a reminder. It's a reminder of how amazing they are, how much they do and how much they care. So call her. Call your mother. Hug her longer. Tell her the truth of your soul. Tell her thank you. Tell your mother thank you for all the invisible things that you were too young to understand or too blind within your youth. Thank her for the sacrifices that looked normal at the time because love made them look effortless. Thank her. And if your mother is no longer here, then speak her name with pride. Carry her lessons that she taught you. Carry them forward with your children. Become proof that her love still exists in this world through you. Her love, her energy, her power still exists through you. Because mothers never fully leave. Not really. They echo. They echo in our kindness, in our compassion, in the way we protect people we care about, in the way we survive impossible moments, and somehow we keep going. That's mother energy. That's creation energy. The original frequency of unconditional love. That's a mother. We talk about frequency here on the show. Frequency is life. Frequency is what we tune living into. So the original frequency being unconditional love of a mother. And maybe one of the greatest acts of common sense in this lifetime is appreciating people. Before time turns appreciation into regret. So on tonight's show, to the mothers, the wives, the grandmothers, the stepmothers, the women who became mothers to people they didn't even give birth to. Mothers, we see you. We see you. Not just for what you do, but for what you carry, for what you hold together, for the love you continue giving in a world that often forgets to thank you, to refill your soul. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to the heartbeat behind the human experience, the human echo, the energy that keeps going, the original frequency of unconditional love. Thank you. But I continue because there's so much more to motherhood. There's so much more to what these amazing women give to all of us. And maybe this world being so hard on people. Maybe that's the part nobody prepared them for. Nobody prepared mothers, not motherhood, not sacrifice, not love, but the weight of trying to remain soft inside of a world that rewards hardness, that promotes hardness of soul. Because the truth is, society changed fast, faster than hearts were meant to adapt to the change of society. And our women, our mothers, our wives, sisters, lovers, friends, they were all asked to evolve overnight while still carrying everyone else's emotionality on their backs. Be nurturing, but not weak. Be powerful, but not intimidating. Be independent, but somehow still carry the household. Be beautiful, but effortless. Be available, but never exhausted. Maybe that's what women, mothers, wives were never prepared for, never taught. They were never taught these heavy expectations that society puts on them. I want you to know those heavy expectations that society puts on women, puts on mothers. It's heavy. It's a serious burden to carry. And I want you to realize how heavy that burden is. When you thank your mother, when you wish them happy Mother's Day, understand that there's so much more behind the scenes. That, like I say, telling them to be beautiful but effortlessly beautiful. Be available all the time, but never be exhausted. So many rules on motherhood, so many rules. And somewhere in the middle of all that noise, people forgot that humanity kind of forgot that women are not machines built for endless output. They are souls, feeling and breathing. They are emotional beings trying to survive in a world that became colder by the year, colder by the years, by the decades. And the boys, the sons growing up in now digital worlds that force expectations on women, on mothers, raised more by algorithms than they've been raised by communities, learning connection through through their phone instead of connection through eye contact. Desensitized. Children now desensitized by violence disguised as entertainment. They're fed impossible expectations of masculinity, and they're taught to suppress emotion until numbness starts to feel normal. Numbness starts to feel normal. And numb men create disconnected societies. So now our mothers, our women, our wives, they walk through a world where they're more visible than ever, yet somehow they feel less seen. A world where their bodies become debates, their rights become negotiations, their exhaustion becomes expected. And still they wake up, still they love, still they pour from cups that should have been empty, that should, you know how a cup runneth empty? It should have runneth empty years ago, but still they pour. They pour love, they pour effort and energy. That's sacred. That's not weakness. That's not just what women do. That is emotional warfare fought quietly within grace. Because while the world grows loud, more aggressive, more divided, women continue trying to hold together families, friendships, children, relationships, communities. Behind every good man, there's a stronger, better woman. That is the truth. Holding everything together like patriarchs, even while silently breaking themselves apart inside, just to hold all of this together. And maybe that's why today matters even more now. Today matters even more because appreciation has to become deeper than just flowers, deeper than brunch reservations or chocolates, deeper than your social media posts saying Happy Mother's Day, deeper, more real, more authentic. Because, I don't know, it's got to be more than just, I guess, pretending to have gratitude for this day, the next day. It's gratitude forever. It's gratitude for everything. Real recognition. Real recognition. Look, seeing the women around us, not as a role, not as obligations, not as background support characters in our personal stories, but as human beings. Human beings carrying invisible emotional worlds that most people never stop long enough to notice. They never see, they never understand the pain, the effort, the consistent love that goes into their families. Strength is remaining capable of love. Even after life gives you every reason to close your heart, strength is keeping it open. And our mothers, our women, they have mastered that impossible art. You know, they've mastered that. So to every woman who feels tired, who feels unseen, who feels overextended, emotionally worn thin by how we've shaped our modern world, this is your reminder. Your softness was never weakness. Your compassion was never foolishness. Your sacrifices were never invisible to the people capable of truly seeing. And to the men listening tonight, maybe healing society doesn't begin with politics. Maybe it begins remembering, with relearning our gentleness, to be more gentle, relearning protection without control, relearning presence, our presence, while dropping our ego. Maybe relearning how to listen, learning how to re-listen without dominating every sentence. Because somewhere along the way, we've confused our hardness for strength. We've confused our emotional numbness with normalness. And it's not normality. To be emotionally numb, it's not strength. Look, we confuse it. So remember that life itself began soft. Life itself began in softness. Every single one of us entered this world through pain, through sacrifice, through courage, through the courage of a woman, a mother. Never forget that. Never forget that. You are here because of your mother. Good, bad, indifferent. So this Mother's Day, love a little bit louder, listen a little bit deeper, protect peace, show appreciation while people can still feel it. Maybe, if we remember how sacred women truly are, we remember how sacred humanity was always supposed to be, how sacred all of us are, because of women, because of mothers, because of mothers. Thank you. Thank you for coming to the show tonight. Thank you for coming to this pre-recorded, highly motivated with Oraganji, a very special Mother's Day spoken word, Mother's Day energy, vibe, frequency. The original frequency, unconditional love. Thank you to all women that are mothers through birth or mothers through love. Mothers are what keep this world together. And if yours is still here, love her, hug her, kiss her, call her, sing to her, tell her about your life. And for all those that aren't, live amazingly. And remember your mother in laughter. Remember your mother in goodness. From here. Happy Mother's Day. Highly motivated with Oraganji. Good night.